Hello, 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 and happy Sunday, everybody. I'm going to give you guys the opportunity to check in. Good evening, good evening. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Sunday. Give you guys an opportunity to check in. Happy 1st of March. Happy Pisces seasons for all my Pisces. Happy birthday to my dear friend Wendy. She's kicking off my friend girls group of the March birthday. So happy birthday, Wendy. Um, but yeah, give you guys an opportunity to check in. Come on and check in. Come on in the room. Look, we are officially kicking off the month of March, and we're officially kicking off Women's History Month today. So you guys get to get me in a different capacity today. So I get to be host. What a double hat today. I get to be host today, and then I get to introduce you guys to my new holder that I've had the privilege of carrying throughout 2026 as I head to nationals for the competition in July. So we're going to talk more about that later, but I'm going to give you guys the opportunity to come in, come in, come in, come in. Hello, happy Sunday, everybody. Give you guys an opportunity to check in and let me know where you're checking in from. Let me know where you're checking in from. I want to give a brief introduction of what today's episode is about. You can probably see some of it because I got my sash on today. But I'm super excited about today's episode. Not only are we kicking off Women's History Month today, we're kicking off Pisces season. Birthday is in 10 days. This is just going to be a phenomenal month. I already feel the energy. So it's big energy all of the month of March. But we're going to go ahead because I know this hour goes by fast. So we're going to go ahead and get started because there's a lot that I want to share with you guys, a lot that I want to introduce to you guys in this capacity as the Elite Miss Mid-Atlantic 2026 for the Petite USA pageant organization that I have the privilege of being a part of and enjoying this journey so far. So I want to share with you guys as it's such a great opportunity, especially for Women's History Month. So nevertheless, we're gonna go ahead and get started. So hello, hello, hello. If this is your first time checking in, let us know where you're checking in from and let us know who you are. And welcome to the podcast family. I am the host. I go by Shan, but I am born as Shadonna Thomas, or Shadonna McClendon Thomas, but nevertheless, I go by Shan. I am your host, but today, in today's capacity, you get to be introduced to me as the Elite Miss Mid-Atlantic 2026. I'm excited about this journey, so we're going to get all into the details of that. But I definitely want to make sure that you guys are checking in, so you guys get to hear my platform for the pageant organization, as well as opportunities that you guys will have later as well. So hello to everyone and welcome back to Chit Chat Podcast. Y'all know what we do at Chit Chat Podcast. You know what our motto is. We chat all things women. Today is not only powerful, but today is purposeful. Today we are officially kicking off Women's History Month, a time to celebrate the resilience, the brilliance, the courage, and the impact of women everywhere. And I have the exciting news to share that I'm honored to introduce myself as your new title holder, Elite Miss Mid-Atlantic Petite 2026, proudly representing the Petite USA pageant organization. Look, Nationals is well on the way. We're in March, and Nationals will be held in the beautiful city of Chicago from July 8th through July 11th. And I am beyond excited for this journey ahead. This title for me is more than a crown, it's a commitment, it's a calling, and it's a platform with purpose. And that purpose is very centered in my heart and been an initiative from the start and the birthing of this podcast to the platform for this pageant. So I want to introduce to you guys my platform for the pageant, which you guys have been very much a part of for the last 3 years as Chit Chat podcast has been established. Chic is my platform name, and the Chic stands for Create Her Inner Courage. Chick was born from the very space, the Chit Chat podcast. You know, this platform has always been about supporting, motivating, inspiring, and encouraging the everyday woman. Because the everyday woman, she's you, she's me, she's somebody that you know, she's a coworker, she's extraordinary, she's building businesses, she's raising families, she's healing, she's also leading, she is breaking generational cycles, and she is evolving. Chick Create Her Inner Courage is about helping women to recognize the courage that's already within them. Courage isn't always loud. Sometimes courage is setting boundaries. Sometimes courage takes starting over. Sometimes it takes walking away. Sometimes it takes speaking up and speaking out about things. Sometimes it's simply believing that you are enough. Through Chit Chat Pod, we talk about having confidence. We talk about growth and the growth process. We talk about leadership and leading in ways that we lead from our families, from our homes, from our careers. We talk about entrepreneurship. We talk about how we establish businesses. Those who are establishing business, we give an opportunity for them to promote and market their business. We talk about mental wellness because that's important. Our mental health should be a top priority in our life. We talk about sisterhood. Y'all hear me say all the time, there's no hood like the motherhood, the womanhood, or the sisterhood. We talk about purpose. You know, we cannot understand where we're going until we know what our God-given purpose is. And we talk about community impact. That's important because what we do based in our homes, what we do outside our homes at work, it affects how we impact our communities, right? Because when women empower each other, we don't compete, we collaborate. And that's what this platform is about. And when we collaborate, we strengthen our communities and we strengthen each other. The Bible tells us all the time that iron sharpens iron. That is written. You know, you need me, I need you. We can encourage, motivate, inspire each other. As I prepare for nationals in Chicago this July, my journey is going to be about more than just stepping on a stage. It's about representation. I'm representing you. I'm representing the everyday woman who does not have that voice, to have that confidence, to have that growth, to have leadership, to have entrepreneurship, to have mental wellness, to have a sisterhood, to have purpose, and to have community impact. It's about showing petite women that stature doesn't determine your impact and who you are. It's about using this title to amplify voices and expand the reach of Chick. Women History Month reminds me that we stand on the shoulders of those who paved the way before us, women who fought for opportunity, equity, and for our voices. You know, a lot of you have heard my story about everything that I have done, and I'm trying to say this without getting emotional, but everything that I have done in my entire career life has always been to represent my mother and to represent her legacy because she didn't have the opportunity that I had. And she worked so hard to make sure that my sisters, me and the 4 other sisters that I had the opportunity that she didn't have. And so the work, the tears, the sweat of my mother and the shoulders of her and other women who have paved the way for us, women who fought for the opportunity for me to be a leader in the career that I am, to have a voice in the career that I am, to be able to do the things that I do, to stand on the things that I stand on, to make impact, in lives of those who I work with, work for, and work around. Those are the women who fought for those opportunities, for equity, and for us to have a voice. When I go and defend a budget, or when I go and talk about a budget at the Capitol, I'm using that voice. I am that representation. So now it's our turn, right? It's our turn on this platform, on the platform that I would use going forward on this journey to nationals. It's our turn to uplift. It's our turn to mentor. The women who paved the way before us have already done their job. Now it's our turn, right? It's our turn to create and establish legacies. And so I'm doing what I need to do to establish my legacy. I am my mother's legacy, and now I'm creating and establish a legacy that my daughter can uphold, and other young ladies like her. Our turn is to uplift. It's our turn to mentor. Take the opportunity, take somebody up under your wing and mentor young ladies. Pour into them what's been poured into you. It's our turn to encourage. It's our turn to tell the next person, sis, I've been there. You can do this. You are worth it. It's our turn to create spaces where women feel seen, where they feel heard, and where they feel empowered. And that's what this platform does. We give you the opportunity, the everyday woman, no matter where you come from, no matter who you are, everyone is welcome here. We create that space where every woman feels seen, where she feels heard, and where she feels empowered. So this month on Chit Chat Podcast, we are celebrating women in every form. The leaders, the dreamers, the healers, the builders, and the everyday heroes. You know, I cannot say it enough that we are not celebrating each other enough. We don't need this 1 month out the year. We need to be celebrating each other 365 days of the year, because iron sharpens iron. So the leaders, the dreamers, the healers, the builders, the everyday heroes, this platform is for you. This is what this sash and the crown that I wear in July to Chicago, that's what it's going to represent. It's going to represent you. So if you ever doubted yourself, if you ever felt unseen, or if you ever questioned your purpose, sis, come have a seat. This space is for you. Come sit down and chat with us for a minute. Pull up a chair, get your snack, get your glass of wine, do whatever you need to do to make yourself comfortable, because this space is for you. Because here at Chit Chat Pod, we create her inner courage. Our conversation one at a time. So, I look forward to the opportunity of representing not only myself and my family and the legacy of my mother. I look forward to representing you, the voices that you guys have, the voices that we've shared on this platform, on the things that we have endured, the things that we have cried about, the things that we have healed through, the things that we have grown through. All these things that we talk about week after week after week, episode after episode after episode. This is what this platform is for. Because at Chit Chat Podcast, we want you to create your inner courage, not just through me. There's things that I'm going to learn from you as well. This is just an opportunity. I'm just the avenue. I'm just a vehicle. But this is an opportunity for you to be able to teach others as well. Iron sharpens iron. So, as we're kicking off Women History Month, tell me, if you're in the audience, tell me something important that you would like to see happen, or you would like to see celebrated in this month of Women History Month. We're kicking it off today, whereas me introducing myself as the lead Miss Mid-Atlantic for the Petite USA organization. But I don't want to just celebrate this moment. This moment is big for me. I don't want to minimize it because it is big for me. It came at a perfect time in my life where I needed to be part of a system, be part of something that was going to pull me out of a place. And this is what this did. This is what this title did. This is what this atmosphere did. This is what this opportunity did. And I am so honored and grateful for it. And when I tell you this journey to Chicago is like, I'm excited. I'm excited. I haven't done pageantry since my teen years. And I'm 49. So it's a lot. It's a lot to take in. It's a lot to take on. However, I'm up for the challenge. This has been a whirlwind year. I decided that I wanted to retire early. And so all these things are happening all at once. Retirement, my youngest is graduating college, the pageant is coming up, and I've just been like, oh my God, what was I thinking? But God knew that I was purposed for such a time as this. And sometimes we don't give ourselves credit enough. We look at other people doing things and how they did things or whatever. And we're like, God, I'm not sure if I'm capable or equipped to do all of that. But God said, come here, Esther. You know, Esther didn't know she was equipped for such a time as it was for her to be a leader and a voice for her people. So guess what? That's what God is saying to me. It's your time. It's your time. If this is the right time, and I'm excited for it. Hi, Wendy. Happy birthday to you. Thank you. I'm excited too, sis. I was like, oh my God. At the moment I kept saying, getting past one part of it is like, okay, you got selected for this. Okay. So, and I was like, oh my God, this thing is real. So I got to get serious and real about this thing. And so because I'm all serious and focused now or whatever, going forward, I'm ready. I'm ready. And I think, with the retirement and all that kind of stuff happening all at once, it's just paving the way for me to be focused, to be prepared, and to be ready for the charge. And that's what I am. I'm ready for the charge. But like I said, when we talk about the everyday woman in this group, a lot of us have been on this platform since the beginning, since the establishment of it. And you probably want to say, how did you birth Chit-Chat Podcast? Well, Chit-Chat Podcast was birthed out of opportunity because I was a part of a high school football podcast. Everybody know I love football. So I was part of a high school football podcast. And so when I left the Georgia area and moved here to the DC area to be closer to my son, it was hard for me to still do Georgia high school football podcast because I wasn't in the area. And so I pulled myself away from that. But because I enjoyed it so much and I saw what that platform brought for those who love football, not just the men, there was a bunch of women on there that was passionately fighting and talking and discussing football just as much as the men. And so I wanted something like that for us women. I wanted something that women could have that same kind of platform, that same kind of atmosphere where they can chat all things women. Nothing's off the table. We can chat everything that a woman wants to talk about, whether it's about a relationship, about her marriage, about her kids, because we all can relate at some point in our life because we're all going through some of the same channels, just in different environments. So I was like, okay. And so that's how I birthed Chit Chat Podcast, because I was like, I want to be able to give the women that same kind of safe space that they can have. And so I decided to do it on Sundays because I figured if men have football on Sundays, then we're going to have our chat sessions on Sundays. And so we're not like challenging our man or the men in our lives with time, because now they got football and now we're going to have our girl time to chat, talk about the things we need to talk about, to market our businesses, to heal, talk about healing, to talk about leading, talk about growth, talk about breaking these generational cycles, talking about building business and establishing businesses, raising our families. These are the things that we have done that causes us to evolve as women, that causes us to evolve as wives, that causes us to evolve as mothers, causes us to evolve as career women. We wear so many hats on a daily basis, and we don't give ourselves credit enough for it. I can sit here and say I'm a mom, I'm a teacher, I'm a coach, I'm a grandma to the fur babies now. I'm all these things, and at the same time I'm still just me. And so at the end of the day, when I take these hats off, there's times that I'm gonna need pouring into, and there's times where I can pour into others. But when I feel like I need to be replenished, this is the well, this is the platform that I come to, because it gives me an opportunity to get some things. I get stuff from you guys. It feeds my spirit, it feeds my energy. Even when days or weeks I come on here and I feel like I'm depleted, but seeing the people checking in week after week after week, or staying focused, or staying engaged, or staying attached to the podcast, it does my heart good. And so I'm like, who wouldn't want to do this? Who wouldn't want to provide a space or a platform like this? Thank you, baby. My baby say proud of you. Thank you. And who wouldn't want to do something like this? Because this is an opportunity. Everybody don't have this space. Everybody don't have this kind of platform either. And everybody don't have a sisterhood. I grew up with sisters. So I've always had sisters and a sisterhood. But everybody don't have there. There's people who are single parents who have one child, and the child don't have siblings or whatever. And sometimes it's a lonely place. So this is the place that comes and bring and feeds us. This is our well. This is where we come and get replenished. This is where we come and get what we need to get to make it to the next week, or make it to the next month, or get encouraged, to get motivated, get inspired, because my story today might be somebody else's story tomorrow. And so we have to give each other that opportunity to share and encourage and motivate each other. Hi, Di. Thank you so much. And so that's what this platform is about. And I'm excited to share this platform with the Petite USA organization in the pageant this upcoming July, because I feel like it's important. We live in such a world now where the works of women, and the work and the leadership where women have paved the way to get us in places where we're now CEOs, we're owning businesses, we're now, establishing laws and doing certain things, and all these different things that women are able to do now. And we still live in a world where there's people who are still not happy about that. There's still people who want to cut off, DEI opportunity. People want to cut off opportunity for women. People want to cut off opportunities that provide an atmosphere or provide an opportunity for women. We can we can go against, we're still fighting for equal rights when it comes to pay. We're not still getting paid the same as our male counterparts, even though we might be well or more overqualified. We're still not getting paid for it, you know, or we have to be highly, certified, or our credentials have to be stacked to the max for us to get the opportunities that we're getting. So that's what this is about. That's what this platform is for. This is an opportunity for you to vent about those things, for you to get pushed to the point where you're saying, you know what, sis, thanks. I got I'm glad you told me that. I'm glad that you're sitting in that position now, that I know that I can do what I need to do to get to where I need to get to. And those are the kind of things that we're seeing happening on this platform. And that's what I want to present to this pageant organization. This is a platform. It's not about me walking that stage. It's not about me wearing this crown or wearing this sash. It's about me representing who I am and who the rest of you guys are. And that's what I'm proud to do. And so when you see me wear my sash and my crown, it's a representation, not only you, it's a representation of my mother, it's a representation of her legacy, it's a representation of the legacy that I'm establishing now with my children and my grandchildren to come. So it's those things that we're establishing and standing on. We're standing on the principles of the women who paved the way before us. And now it's our turn. It's our turn to uplift. It's our time to motivate. It's our time to pour into others. It's our time to mentor someone. It's our time to give. And speaking of giving, International Women's Day is March 7th. And this year's theme is give to gain. And I'm so excited about that because a lot of times we give, and and none of that is being replenished or poured back into us. Chit Chat podcast has been established, for 3 years. This is our third year now, and all of this has been funded personally by me. And so because it's been personally funded by me, I'm not getting funding for anything else. I'm not getting funding. I'm not getting grants. I'm not getting all these kind of things. Not yet. But however, the plan is in the works that Chit Chat Pod LLC will become a nonprofit organization. And because I have such a heart for women and children, because of course I've been a mother, and most of my entire life I've been a single mother, and so my heart has always been for women and for children, and it's always been for mothers. um I established the football moms when it comes to me and my son in the football world. So it's always been for women and for children because that's where my heart is. And so Chit Chat Pod will become a nonprofit organization establishing funding and resources for mothers and children. So, and especially mothers and children of domestic violence situations, because I'm a domestic violence survivor and a person who went through domestic violence. I understand, and I want to make sure that every mother and every child feels safe. And so, if we have to fund them hotel stay, clothing for them to be in a place where they can be safe and they can establish and move forward in a positive way where the kids are not affected. They can get the therapy and the counseling they need. That's what that funding is going to be for. And so, yeah, so going forward, yes, this platform will be, when we say Chick, create her inner courage, we're talking about establishing things in women where they feel like they're no longer the victim, they're the victor. So they will have the victory in everything that they set foot out to do. Whatever God has purposed them to do, they would have the resources, they would have the intellect, they would have the motivation, they would have the connectivity, they would have the collaboration. Iron sharpens iron. We need to connect the dots. There's somebody on here can help somebody else, in establish certain things, because there's so much diversity here on this platform. And I'm looking forward to, taking Chit Chat Pod to the next level. So yes, we are going to be introducing that to Chit Chat Podcast. It's in the works. Once it's finalized, we would definitely kick that off and make sure, because I want to be able to fund it personally, as long as I can. But that takes a lot, and so we don't get that opportunity, and then because I'm about to retire, that's going to change a whole lot. And so, but I know that God is a God of provision. If he gave me the vision for this, for Chit Chat Podcast, I know that he's already, provided provision before he gave the vision. And so I'm trusting that, the grants and the funding and all of that is going to come with no problems. And the nonprofit is going to be handled with no problems. So I'm excited about it. I'm excited to the point where not only will that be established, but once I retire, I'm establishing my legacy consulting group in retirement. And so I'll be able to utilize that avenue in collaborating and connecting with other organizations and businesses to help feed into the nonprofit for us. And I'm excited for it. I'm totally excited for it. I'm excited that, as women, we have the opportunity to make those big impacts. We have the opportunity to walk heavy in rooms that we may not even been invited into. So I'm excited about how God is allowing me to create my inner courage with Chit Chat Podcast and providing it as a nonprofit. So that will be my platform going forward to the pageant and the things that I would have done. I'm here for it. I've been supporting you since day one. I will always support you since you have such a big. Oh, thank you, Darisha. I love it. Can't wait to see you this week too. Look, y'all, I'm telling you, this is exciting time. I'm excited. I'm excited about this journey. I don't know what's going to come out of it, but I know that God didn't place me here to be small. He didn't place me here to be quiet, and he didn't place me here to sit back in a corner. Like, don't put baby in a corner. So, kind of thing. I've always been a big voice. I've always been a big advocate, and so I'm gonna carry a big stick all the way to Chicago. And so I'm ready for it. I'm ready to walk it. I'm ready to talk it. And I'm ready to do what's necessary to promote what Chit Chat Podcast means, what Chic means, create her inner courage, what the platform stands for, what it represents, and what it will be in the future as a nonprofit as well. So I'm excited for it. Same, it's been long. Yes. Oh my God, I'm so excited. When I tell you I'm so excited, I've been like, oh my God, tomorrow's Monday, So yes, I'm so excited, guys. Yes. But, if you have any questions for me about the Petite USA organization, about my title, the Mid-Atlantic region, let me give you some update on that. The Mid-Atlantic region covers New York all the way down to West Virginia. So all the states from New York, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, DC, Virginia, and West Virginia. It covers all of those states. And so that's what Mid-Atlantic region stands for. So I'm a representation for that Mid-Atlantic region. We do have a Miss Virginia Petite. So, I'll get to meet her. We're actually going to be doing lunch here pretty soon. And then I'll get to meet her in July as well. We'll meet prior to July, but we'll be in July. So we'll be competing for the same title, for the division national title of the Elite Miss Petite. And so, and then once that title is won, you will go to a universal title as well. And so I'm pretty excited about it. There's so many phenomenal women with so many phenomenal platforms that they have established and they're passionate about. And so, just as I'm passionate about my baby, just as passionate about I am about this platform, about this podcast, about this future nonprofit, I'm excited about it. And I feel like um, you know, I know my mom is smiling. Everything that I do it to represent her. I want her to be, very much proud of everything that I have done and accomplished. My goal was to become a SES, but I made plans to change that after my leadership class and decided I want to retire early. So, so I won't get there, but I was almost there, Mom. But I won't get there. But at the same time, I'm happy to what I've accomplished in my 25 years of my government service time. I'm happy for what I have given the federal government, what I have given the United States Air Force. And I think my time has come that I have to seize that opportunity of giving them another year, because it's been a lot. But, this journey here as the elite Miss Mid-Atlantic gives me an opportunity to share this great platform of being this great platform of Chic, create her inner courage with my podcast, as well as the opportunity to represent each and every woman represented on our podcast, the everyday woman. We're not setting anybody apart. We're not saying you got to be part of a certain political party or you got to be part of a certain ethnic group. No, we are encouraging we say the everyday woman. That's why, this platform talks about the extraordinary woman, because that's you. That's you. That's you who are leading. That's you who are being mothers, wearing all these different hats, being owners, business owners, establishing businesses, running households. You know, our first jobs, people always like, what was your first job? Um, I really didn't really have first. I need to count Dairy Queen, because I worked Dairy Queen, I think, for about like 2 weeks when I was a teenager. But after that, my first job besides the Air Force was being a mom, where you had to do so much, where you had to wear so many hats. You had to be the doctor, the nurse, sometimes the mama and the daddy, and those things where you're managing your household. That's why I tell people all the time. When people are like, well, I don't have any management experience, I'd be like, yes, you do. Look how you manage your household. Look how you manage them kids' schedule. You make sure they on time for practice. They got such and such after school. They got study hall, band practice, football practice, all this stuff that we're managing on our day-to-day lives without even skipping a beat. And and sometimes some of us have the privilege of having a partner or significant other or a husband there to help us. But those of us who don't, we're doing it by ourselves. And let me tell you, and when you're doing it by yourself, you kicking the ball out the park. Like, you are knocking it out the park, because not only are you, taking care of you, but you're taking care of those up under you. You're managing your household without fail. And if you can't, correlate that with management skills, with operation skills, look, I don't know what to tell you. I tell people all the time, they be like, I ain't even think of it that kind of way. Yes, you got to think of it that way. All experience count. People be telling you, oh, you can use prior experiences on other jobs. My job as a mother is experience. How you manage, how you operate, financials, budgets, how you budget your household. All those things matter, and all those things count. So we don't ever want to downplay what we do as a woman, what we do as a mother, what we do as career people, what we do as business owners. That's why I'm always trying to make sure that business owners, besides today, let me say, I'll just say, I support all business owners. Besides today, I told my daughter she was gonna give me her promo code to her workout plan, because she was like, oh, you missed the deadline. It was just, I was just promoting that for 2 days. I said, no, you gonna give your mama that promo code. You come over here and get all my groceries, all this kind of stuff. You gonna extend that promo code for me. And she was like, Mom, I'm running a business. Look, she don't put her that full price boo. I know. So, we have to be reminded that we are business owners. And so a lot of times we do things. And she knows, I can't like defute it, because at the end of the day, when I want her to do the things that I need her to do for the podcast, because she's the executive producer, I'd be like, I don't like that. Fix that or do that, So she gets it all back, because I'm like, nope, I don't like that. Where's my flyer? Well, I don't have my flyer. It is Thursday and I don't have my flyer for Sunday's, episode. So she knows, she gets it. And so those are the things that we have to give ourselves credit for: how we manage, how we're maintaining, how we're developing, how we're growing, how we're healing through things. We don't want to count those things out, you know. And we're doing all these things at the same time, while we're encouraging others, while we're motivating others, while we're inspiring others. A lot of people, some women who are confident in themselves, they'll tell you, I appreciate you. You have encouraged me, by what you did, or by what you went through, by what you shared, whatever the case may be. Some women will share that with you. Some who are not as secure, they'll watch, but they won't tell you. But they're motivated. They're inspired. They'll go and try to do it themselves too, or do what you do. So, that's a direct indication that they're inspired, or they like what you're doing, even though they may not tell you. But, so you have to take it as, what it is. A lot of times we want to make sure that people have the opportunity to know that we're not excluding anybody on this platform. And so that's one of my biggest things that I like to share. But I'm open to some questions before I do my final pull for you guys to share in an opportunity that I'm gonna give you guys to share into before International Women's Day. So you know, let me know if you guys have any question. Post them in the comment section. You can ask your questions about the pageant, what to expect, what I got going on. We're not, my age group is over 40, so we don't do swimsuit. Thank God. But we do athletic wear. So it's a full pageant. So we do interviews. We do athletic wear instead of swimsuits. We do evening gown and question and answer. And then we also have a optional segment where we do like a costume representation of our state or our region that we're representing. So I just decided to do that one, and I'm excited about what I'm representing, and it will be the state of Virginia. I was gonna do something in the beginning. I was like, oh, I could do, Pennsylvania and do Philly, because at the time the Eagles was the reigning football champions. Well, they're no longer the football champions now because we got new Super Bowl champions. So I changed it, and so now what I have is it representing the state of Virginia, and I'm excited about it because it's so me, and I feel like it's gonna be fun, whatever. And so, and it's totally optional in our division, but I want to do it. I feel like if I'm going to go all out the way and do this thing, I might as well do everything. And so I'm going to have the opportunity to do that. I'm excited. I'm not going to share. I've been sharing the dress, the interview outfit and all that kind of stuff with everybody on my page. So I do have a page. If you would like to follow from today moving forward all the way to July, where I'll post the information for the pageant, the information for if you want to come to the pageant and cheer me on. I'll post that information where it's going to be held, all that thing. So you'll just have to go to the pageant page and follow me there. So Jada, if you can pull up that page, so they'll have that page info. If you have not already, go to the Elite Miss Mid-Atlantic 2026 page on Facebook and follow me there. And then I will be posting all of the information as things are coming, starting to happen so quickly because we're already in March. And so I'll be sharing all the information, all the updates, and the dates as it gets closer to July, what to expect. And then I'll also have the information. I'll also have the information for opportunities if you want to do like an ad page or whatever. So, since I'll be competing at nationals, there'll be an opportunity for you guys to do an ad page or just support. When we create these conversations about inspiring, motivating, and encouraging women, this is our opportunity to partner. And so I am seeking partners and sponsors who believe in empowering women and strengthening communities. This journey provides opportunity for brand visibility. So if you have a brand out there and you want Miss Elite Miss Mid-Atlantic to showcase your brand or to speak on your brand, I'm there for you. Community engagement, event appearances, and meaningful collaboration aligned with women empowerment initiatives. I'm all for that. So, if you're looking to collaborate and partner with me between now and July for that, this is an opportunity for you to do that. You can reach me at Elite Miss Mid Atlantic 26 at gmail.com. That information, send that information, what you inquiring about, whether it's about a brand visibility, community engagement, event appearances, any kind of collaboration opportunities, send that information to the email elite miss mid atlantic 26 at gmail.com. If your organization values confidence, leadership, and impact, I would love to connect, because that exemplifies who I am and what I do. Confidence, leadership, impact, that's big for me. And so I would love to explore how we can work together, do some things between now and July and beyond. Together, I want us to be able to empower women. And when women rise, that's when our communities thrive. I'm a firm advocate for that. When women rise, because I always say, ain't nothing like a force to be reckoned with. When women are united together, when women rise, communities thrive. Because who's running it? Who's running half of your city councils, your city, city functionings? It's women. Who's running most of these organizations behind the scene? Women. So when women rise, communities thrive. So, you know, not only are we going to be celebrating this month, with women stepping into a new level of purpose and celebrating women with Women History Month. And as I prepare to be, head to nationals, this journey is not just about my crown. It's not just about my sash. Um, it started with me growing. It started with me actually healing. And I had some self-doubt. I'm not gonna lie, I had some self-doubt. But with moments where I questioned whether I was enough, that's when Create Her Inner Courage spoke up and was like, you've not only created this space and this platform, you know, um, for those, who needs those moments. You're understanding what courage isn't you understand that courage isn't about perfection, and it's about showing up anyways. And that's what you do. Whether I have 2 people watching me on Sundays or I have 100 people watching me on Sundays, I'm still showing up anyways. Because that one person who's, engaged or who's showing up is just as important as 200, 500 people watching me. And so I'm going to consistently show up because that's who I am. This platform is about women who may have felt overlooked. They're in a rebuilding stage. The woman who's balancing everything, work life balance, the home life, the kids, marriage life, all that kind of stuff, trying to keep the fire burning. We understand all of that. For the woman chasing something bigger than battling fear, chasing something bigger but battling fear, this platform is for you. Look, fear has no place in us. We are fierce up in here. So what if you battling fear? Come on. Come on and have a chat with us. This is the opportunity for you to get built up, for you to, build yourself up, to get that confidence that you need. Preparing for nationals to me isn't about just walking that stage. It's about my purpose. It's about my legacy. It's about me representing women who don't always see themselves reflected in big spaces. And it's reminding them you belong. You belong here too, you know. And so we got to continue to encourage each other, to mentor each other, to create safe spaces, to collaborate instead of compete. One of the things I have never in my entire life, um, even with this pageant, I know that this pageant creates competition, but I've never been a person who saw the next woman as competition, whether we're vying for the same title. I still don't see that as competition for me, because at the end of the day, it's collaboration, it's networking, it's building, it's creating a sisterhood. I don't look to compete with somebody. And we've all heard the saying, you can't compete where you don't compare. I can't compare against. I don't know what that woman did or what she had to do to get to where she had to get to. So I don't want to compete with that. I want to stay in my own lane, focusing on my own journey and the purpose that God has given me and have placed in me with passion to drive, all gas, no brakes. Because that's what I'm going to be when it comes to the passion about Chit Chat Podcast, the passion about creating her inner courage, the passion about making the Chit Chat Podcast a nonprofit. That's what I'm going to be all gas, no brakes on. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's about, to rise together. Because when one woman finds her courage, she gives another woman permission to do the same. And that's what I want to do with this platform. That's what I want to do with this pageant opportunity and this journey. So, um, if you would like to, partner with me, you have an opportunity. Our International Women's Day is March 7th, and the theme this year is Give to Gain. And so consider it you planting seed on good ground. And we already know what the Bible says about planting seed on good ground. Because if you plant seed on good ground, it's going to give you a harvest. It's going to give you something. And so I'm encouraging you to partner with me. If you believe in a representation that I present, if you believe in the safe space that I have provided with this platform, if you believe in this platform and the things that it can do, the things that it will do, as it becomes a nonprofit, as it cater the needs of women and children. Um, you know, I ask that you partner with me. This partnership will also assist in the upcoming journey to nationals. You're not paying for any of my wardrobe because I already got all that stuff taken care of. So, but there's costs for other things. There are costs for things for the journey. We got headshots, we got the ad pages, we got travel, we got makeup, we got hair, we get, all those things. And so there's opportunity for you to partner. There's, when I go to different events, to be at different events, partner with people for different events, for women initiatives, or just doing appearances. Those things cost. And so if you would like to partner, we're going to utilize this whole entire month. And so my baby created this calendar for us, and you get an opportunity to pick a day of the month. And we're starting today is the first. So today as the first, if someone chose that, they would donate $1. And so you would pick a calendar day and choose that amount that you would donate and give. And you would give that towards our Chit Chat podcast. Jada will provide the CashApp information that you can provide that to. If you don't have CashApp and you want to donate via Venmo or any other means, let me know, because I do have Venmo, but it's on my personal, so I would have to transfer it from my personal to the platform account. So, but which I don't mind doing, but you would just have to let me know. You can message me and let me know. But that's your opportunity, that you can find in your heart to be a blessing and sow a seed. That will be awesome, because it is going to go a long way between now and July. Headed to Chicago if I'm doing different appearances or whatever. So give to gain is the theme for International Women's Day. And for women, for our Women's History Month, this is what we're going to emphasize: give to gain. Because not only are you gaining the opportunity for this platform and what the future of this platform is going, but you're gaining opportunity, planting seed in my journey to nationals as well. So I want to thank you in advance for that, because I know you have Venmo. Okay. I'll have send your I'll have Jada send you my Venmo information, and then that way you can provide it that way. So And if you have them, anything outside of Cash App that you want to use, um, I know there's other means as well. Um, we can do that. We'll make provisions for that, but you would just have to message us to let us know, so that way we can send you the information. I don't want to put all of my information out there like that, but because that's personal information. But we would definitely make sure you guys have an opportunity to do that. So, but I want to thank you guys in advance supporting the Chic platform, Create Her Inner Courage, as the Chit Chat podcast has been birthed and established from there, and also moving forward the future nonprofit um, organization for Chit Chat podcast. So hey, Mr. Jesse, thank you so much. So, so you guys have the entire month of March starting today. It's 31 days in March. So you guys have the entire month of March to donate. And once you donate, once a number has been um, amount missing, and if you want to donate more than what's on the calendar dates, that's fine too. We are more than welcome to accept that, because it's going straight to the journey to nationals. It's going straight to that. But once we have the amount established from the calendar, we will update the calendar and slash that, so you'll know it's not available or whatever, and we'll keep that updated and post it. I'll have it posted on the Elite Miss Mid Atlantic Facebook page, as well as my personal page. So if you follow me on either one, you'll know what has been taken and what is still open, so that you're able to still be able to give. So look, I'm excited, guys. Look, I don't fit in I don't shrink to fit in spaces. So y'all already know I have big energy, so I want to leave you guys with this affirmation for Women History Month and moving forward, because I'm big on, being confident, being knowing who you are, even in times that we might be broken or hurting or healing, whatever the case may be. Never forget who you are and what you're purposed to do. So I'm going to leave you with this, and I ask that you repeat these things after me. Take a deep breath first. I am powerful. I am capable. I am worthy. I do not shrink to fit in spaces. I expand to fill them. My voice matters. My dreams matters. My presence matters. I carry courage within me. I am creating my inner courage every single day. This is my season. This is my growth. This is my moment. And together we rise. Thank you guys so much for being a part of Chit Chat Podcast today. Let's continue to empower women and transforming communities. Our courageous step takes one step at a time. And we're doing that every week, every Sunday that we're showing up, one courageous step at a time. And I want to thank you guys for this opportunity, introducing you guys to the Elite Miss Mid Atlantic Petite 2026. I am super excited about the journey. I will definitely be keeping you guys posted on what's to come. Thank you in advance for any and all donations that will be sent. I appreciate you guys wholeheartedly. Y'all know that, Chit Chat Podcast is a platform that likes to give as well. We provided, opportunities to give for, holidays and Mother's Day and Father's Day, and, just simply, our guests on our shows that we give, gift cards to, treat somebody to lunch. So those are the opportunities we always look to give. And so this is an opportunity for you to pour back into the host, who is now wearing the title of Elite Miss Mid-Atlantic Petite, for her journey to nationals in July 8th through 11th. So I would definitely be posting more information for opportunities. If you like to get a page, if you guys like to get together and do a page all together, or whatever, create a page all together to send, inspirations or whatever. It's going to be posted in the booklet, the pageant booklet or whatever. I look forward to all of that. So I support all of that. I welcome all of that. So thank you guys in advance. And look, we're going to be celebrating all month for Women's History Month. So look, and then next week y'all have Jada. Jada will be leading the podcast next week because her mama gonna be on her birthday vacation. And so I'm going to hang out with some girlfriends. It's a much needed waiting to exhale time. And so I'm super excited about that. Much needed time for us, and it came at a perfect time as well. So I'm super excited. Turning another year old, and I am, I'm glad about it. Everybody didn't live to see 49, and so I'm excited about it. This is our last year in our 40s. So me and my girlfriends, we all went to high school together. We trying to kick these 40s behinds. This year is all about us and kicking and death to the 40s because come October, the first set of the friends group will be turning 50, and it goes from October to March. And so actually to June. I think there's somebody turns we have a late person in June. So yeah, in June. So yeah, and so we're gonna be celebrating. We're celebrating this last year of death to the 40s, and then our 50th next year. And my 50th next year is going to be combined with my retirement. So since my son gets this year because it's his graduation from college year, and preparing him for law school, I'm going to give him this year. But next year, my retirement and 50th is all together. So expect something grand. Because y'all know how I celebrate my birthdays. So I've been minimizing it this year only because retirement, I've been on shutdown, all this kind of stuff. But yeah, next year for my 50th, and it's going to be 50th retirement, everything. So be ready for that because I want everybody to be able to come. So thank you guys again for joining us today. I hope that you guys are just as excited as I am, because I am so excited. Again, this is not just about me wearing this sash and the crown. It's about me representing you and what we discuss, talk, and relay and pull and encourage and motivate and inspire each other week after week. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I look forward to sharing my excitement and the things ahead on this journey to nationals. So thank you guys. And again, the information about the donation will be posted on my page after the show, and we'll put it in the podcast group, and then we'll put it on my page, and then also on the pageant page as well. So thank you guys so much. I'm gonna leave you guys with a few pictures that I've taken with the crown, and them introducing me as my new title. So that was from the actual Petite organization introducing me in the pink. And then these are some shots I did for Veterans Day, this past Veterans Day, for my Veterans Day message for my veterans. So pretty excited. So and then there'll be more to come. I got headshots and everything to come, but I want to wait till I submit those to the pageant before I post those. So you guys will get those later. But super excited, super excited. So thank you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We will talk and see each other next week. Y'all will have the hostess with the mostest. Your executive producer will be coming from behind that camera and hosting y'all next week in the absence of her mother. So please support my baby. I don't know what her topic's going to be, but be very supportive. She know her mama's going to be looking on from afar like I always do. But thank you guys again. Have a blessed week. And Pisces season is in. To all my fellow Pisces, happy birthday to you guys. I hope your birthday is everything it is purpose out to be. Enjoy it. Make time for you, whether you celebrate by yourself or celebrate with somebody else or with family. Make some time for you because you are important. Self-care and self-love is the best love that you can provide and give to yourself. So love you guys. We will see you guys next week. Have a good one. Bye.